It's a rainy, rainy day in San Leandro. I'm sitting here plucking my chin hairs listening to the Lamont and Snelly show. Uh, they had a guy call in last week that said, "Hey, I am looking for someone to have sexy time with. My wife said I could just go find someone. She doesn't like having sex with me anymore." And the guys called this lady, and she said, "Yeah, let him go screw someone else. I'm just not into it, okay? I'm married 11 years." A lot of people are thinking maybe she's cheating. I think she's on an antidepressant like the rest of us, and her libido's way down. So, anyway, uh, they had some people call in today. Now, I was going to call in, but I decided that I wasn't going to because he would not have liked what I said. I would have told him, "Hey, listen, you're looking for a conversationalist. That's not what this is. Okay? It's come over, hanky panky, and then skedaddle. It's wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You cannot enter into a physical relationship and have dates and have like chat time. No, it's strictly get in the shower, get clean, do the nasty, and then go. Okay, it's just for physical. Now, the chick that called in had a similar situation, only it wasn't that her husband wasn't willing. He was in a wheelchair. Okay, he had been in an accident. He was no feeling from the waist down, paraplegic, right? So, it's like those two are gonna hook up, which is probably gonna be cool, because they're both in a similar situation. Hopefully, no feelings get caught because sometimes that happens when you have the big O. What if these two are fantastic in bed together and they decide, "Hey, listen, let's just hook up for always." You don't know. It's dangerous, dangerous ice, very thin you're skating on with this kind of thing. I was in a similar situation. I had surgery on my hoo ha, and it was like reconstructive surgery. I had a real difficult birth with my son Justin. He weighed 9 pounds 7 ounces. They had to use the salad forks to get him out. His head was stuck. His shoulders was stuck. He was a big baby. They cut the taint till it was an ain't, as the great Christina P says. When you cut the taint, it's an ain't. Well, that's what they did, and I had so many stitches after him, so many stitches, but there was a puncture between the V hole and the B hole. Okay, so they had to go in there and stitch that stuff up, which they put mesh in there. And I've said this before, mesh does not stretch. I have been re-virginized. Okay, so I had to look for someone that had a normal size wiener, preferably smaller wiener, because I didn't want sex to hurt. I wanted to enjoy it, right? So I did it with this guy a couple times. He came over, mouth hugs, in, out, repeat, out the door he went, okay? And it would have continued for a while. But he climbed in my bed with a stinky ass. It's like he took a deuce and didn't wipe his caboose, and he climbed in my bed, and that was disrespectful to me. So I kind of had to cut that shit off. And then I waited for like a year before I had sex with anyone else, and that was my ex-boyfriend. And we only did it a couple times, and it was all right, but it wasn't spectacular. Okay, so I can understand why someone is out looking to have some good sex. What I can't understand is why a married guy would go like looking like on a great radio station, a morning show that's been on the air for 35 years now, and putting that out there. But anyway, to each their own. To each their own. I've decided I'm going to start doing some stuff again. Now, some callers called in and said, "Hey, there's a huge community in the Bay Area," and they gave the name of a website. I forgot what it is, but it's for people that have open relationships, and they're married, but they have sex with other people. And that's all fine and dandy. Actually, my dream. Ooh, sorry, that was a coffee burp. It slipped out. My dream relationship, my dream situation is I want two husbands that are best friends. Okay, that way when I want to be by myself, or I have things to do by myself, or I'm going to be doing something, they have each other to hang out with. You know what I mean? And then when we're all together, sometimes we can take turns or we can all hang out together. It doesn't always have to be the sexy time, but I don't mind 2-on-1 if they don't, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's just a weird thing. When I was younger, I had a friend. Her name was Debbie, and this girl was nothing to look at. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying it to be real. And she had two husbands, both of them good looking. One of them was a hard-working man that paid all the bills. The other one she went to the bars with while the hard-working man was at his job. Okay? Joe and Jim were their names. Swear to God, this is real. I met them over in Cleveland, over on Denison Avenue. We used to hang out in the bars together when I used to work at the what the fuck was the name of that bar I worked at? The Escape Lounge. That's what it was. Anyway, this is long. I'm not going to even edit it. I'm just going to let it roll because I think it turned out pretty good. But anyway, you guys, if you can, I hope they make this a podcast on the Lamont and Sally Show. You can find them on 1077thebone.com, KSAN, San Francisco. Listen in. It's hilarious. Anyway, love you guys long time. Puff duff.